everyone, this is Denise with Liquid Color, and today we are going to start a new mini-series called Color Spotlight. In this little mini-series, we are going to be looking at one pigment per session for 8 weeks, and these are all popular watercolor pigments that we're just going to take a deeper look at, take a look at where they came from, how you can use them with other colors, and then also show you them kind of in action. So our first pigment that we're going to be looking at is Ultramarine. This is a warm blue that excels at creating rich, bright violets when it's combined with cool reds, and it makes beautiful grays when it's combined with earth tone oranges and reds. Its pigment number is PB29. It is a transparent, granulating, and low staining pigment that has excellent light fastness. In addition to the range of violets and grays that it can make, it is also useful for making earthy greens when it's mixed with warm yellows and stunning shades of turquoise when mixed with phthalo green. It was originally derived from the stone lapis lazuli from Afghanistan and was imported to Europe by Italian traders in the 14th and 15th centuries. At the time, it was the rarest and most expensive of the blue pigments for Renaissance painters, and it was only used sparsely for that reason, often reserved for the robes of the Virgin Mary. It remained expensive until a synthetic ultramarine was invented in 1862. The word ultramarine comes from the Latin word ultramarinus, literally translating to beyond the sea, since it was imported from Asia by boat. Now the synthetic version is one of the most affordable and widespread blues used across all painting mediums. There are two main versions of this color, ultramarine and French ultramarine, the latter of which tends to be slightly warmer and is always made from a synthetic pigment. It received its name when they began making the synthetic version in France after the 1860s. Other versions of ultramarine exist aside from the most popular variant, such as ultramarine violet, which is PB15, and it's made from baking ultramarine blue. Daniel Smith in particular has a wide range of colors involving ultramarine blue, such as ultramarine turquoise, which is PB29 and PG7, and rose of ultramarine, which is PB29 and PV19. In this section of the video, I'm going to go through mixing ultramarine with various other colors that I mentioned earlier at the top of this video. This first row takes French ultramarine from Daniel Smith and mixes it with quinacridone gold, also from Daniel Smith, to reach a wide variety of deep sea green and light, kind of a yellowish green as well. In this second row, we're going to be taking a look at the same French ultramarine with burnt sienna from Daniel Smith, and this is a classic combination called Jane's Gray. It makes a beautiful variety of granulating soft grays that range from reddish gray to a nice cool gray. Our third row is going to take a look at what happens when we mix it with a cool red, and in this version I'm using Permanent Rose from Mission Gold. It's PV19, and you can see the assortment of bright, clear, warm violets that we can get from this mixture. And in the last row, we're taking a look at this French ultramarine with phthalo green, also a Daniel Smith color. It's PG7, and you get such a wide variety of beautiful teals and turquoises in this combination. Here we're just going to be taking an up-close look at these different mixes, and you can see the strong granulating properties that French ultramarine adds to these pigments. Lastly, we're going to take a look at ultramarine in action with this illustration of a hippocampus. This painting was made using only 3 colors, French ultramarine, rose of ultramarine, and phthalo green. hope you enjoyed this look at Ultramarine during our first color spotlight. Tune back in next week on Friday to take a closer look at Burnt Sienna. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting below and all that other YouTubey stuff. I'll see you next week.